I know, anytime we think we're not live, we are live because the internet's just crappy everywhere. Anyway,
we're live.
I know. I love that to be the first thing because I'm just going to use that in the highlight reel.
Yes. Okay. Hi, everybody. Fat TV is live. We are so excited. By the way, I don't even know if we'll get there. Sorry, ADHD is happening in real time. I am Dellany.
I am KTEE.
Okay.
And this is our guest down below.
We've got Miss Katasha Acosta.
Woo! Let's take a few minutes to let her introduce herself to our lovely fans here. I'm going to put you up so you can talk.
Woohoo!
All right. Woohoo! Hi, everybody. I am Katasha Acosta. I am an actor, writer, and producer, filmmaker. I am originally from Florida. I grew up overseas in Europe. I am an Air Force baby. And I went to school in Florida and started off in public relations and then transferred over to finance and then found my way back to acting because that is what I've always wanted to do. And here I am living in New York, having the time of my life.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hey, guys, what's up? Hey. Oh, wait, man, I lost her. Let's bring her back.
Bring her back. We need her. Wow, that was quite the introduction. She's like, no big deal. I'm fabulous. No big deal. I've seen the world. I'm well-traveled. No big deal. Yeah. We are so happy to have you. Thank you for coming on. Real quickly, I connected with Katasha in Clubhouse. And I just realized this is the first time we're seeing each other face to face, but we've been in clubhouses together.
Yes.
So I just am so happy to see you face to face. And we have a lot to celebrate today. We have a lot to talk about. I mean, the world did not slow down today. For, as Katasha said, 420.
Let's bring it up.
I'm not pushing anything one way or the other, but it is April 20th.
Yes, and I did not. I went over my head all day. But wow, what a day for 420, guys! So Casey, are you doing social media right now? Or?
I am definitely doing social media.
Okay, so I will have to say that I miss New York. So when I talk to Katasha, all I'm doing is thinking about how much I miss New York. So
it was an absolutely beautiful day.
I'm hearing it's
70 degrees.
I love it.
Yeah.
For me, there's nothing like fall and spring in New York. It's just some of the most beautiful seasons for me, like in the country. I love it so much. I can't say much for the summer though.
Right. But you're in California, so I'm jealous all the time. But
ew. You know what? I will trade with you starting July to October because that's our hottest. It is hot.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And I don't know. How do you have air conditioner? Let's talk about air conditioner.
Yeah. I actually have mine on right now, right behind me.
Must be nice.
Yeah. When I lived in LA, I would not want to live there without an AC. And that's dry heat, but I don't like humidity. So there we go.
Yeah. One of my driving forces of leaving New York City when I did was sometime in July. And I don't know if I was moving or I was helping someone move in July in Manhattan. But I was like, as God is my witness, I am not doing another summer here. No, I was so mad. I was so hot-tempered.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, though, there's a lot of LA buildings out here don't have air conditioner. My building cannot sustain air conditioner. It's awful. We blow out fuses.
Yeah, I gave her one. I gave her my old one.
And it blew out.
Use it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a big shout out to Hamza and Maeve. Both of them are here.
Hi. Hamza, isn't it past your bedtime?
Don't phone him out like that.
In 2 seconds, he's going to say goodnight, everybody.
Or just be like your sister. Just come on like right at the end.
Oh, yeah. Katasha, one of my sisters, her name's Danielle. Especially when we've been doing giveaways, like contest giveaways. Danielle's only coming on coincidentally when we're doing the contest at the end of the show.
That's what a sister's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Get there in time to enter the drawing.
So everybody who's watching now, don't forget to share with your friends. Dellany's sharing right now. So anybody that's in Dellany's feed, she's coming. Hamza likes that. Matt's here. Yeah, and you know what, Matt? I'm wearing my Wonder Woman shirt. One of like 12 that I have.
Exactly. I don't know if Katasha knows, but we stream live not only on Facebook but also Twitter and YouTube. So right now you are being streamed out. Like,
oh yay!
And Twitch.
I refrained from doing all that research so I wouldn't be nervous. So thank you.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Twitter doesn't watch. Twitter, we're bad on Twitter. We're so bad.
Got you.
I pin it up there. People get to see it when they come.
Yes, that's true. Or when we share it. So yeah. So are you guys ready to start talking about some hot topics?
Yeah. Well, you bring up the hot topic and let's talk about it.
Well, I just want to say that a bit of justice was served today. Let's talk about that.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just a little bit. To be clear, especially for the white people listening, it's a start. Yeah. Start. It is not the end. It is just the beginning. Where were you when you heard the verdict?
Me?
Anybody out of the two of you? Yeah.
We decided in my house, we decided to go do a barbecue in the back, cook some food, and go out back just to be around each other, and to for fellowship. And all of our phones started going off at the same time, and it was like slow motion, everybody picking up to see what the verdict was. But we were together, and the verdict was guilty. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
KT, where were you?
So I was sitting at home, and I actually didn't have it turned up very loud because it reminded me of, I don't know if you guys were, I remember when the OJ verdict came that one time, like I felt like we were like at that again, because all of a sudden everybody around my neighborhood, you could hear them yell. And the same thing happened when the OJ trial happened. I was around a bunch of people in the neighborhood, and the whole neighborhood yelled when it happened. So it was kind of cool because it was actually before the outside of, I guess, court TV was a little bit ahead of time of the people that were outside. Right. Because I heard everybody yell here before I heard the people on TV yell.
Oh, wow.
So amazing. Well, I will just be upfront and honest. I was at Honeybee Burgers.
Having yourself a burger.
Awaiting my vegan burger and my vegan chicken sandwich.
Amazing.
And we had no reception up in their waiting area. So we came down as close to the street as possible to hear the verdict. And it was so confusing because the Twitter was looping and text messages were getting misconstrued. And I was starting to feel that anxiety come on of like, oh no, you know what I mean? But then when we saw what actually happened, that the murderer is guilty on all 3 counts, like, yes, I felt relief, but at the same time, I still feel so angry. You know what I mean? And I also, my first thought was like, it's not over. It's still not over. Like,
yeah.
And I will have to say I didn't feel a sense of calm like I thought I would, but I know it's because white people have got so much work to do. Like, we've got a lot to do. Yes, and I wanted to add, there's a bill that still needs to be passed. Did I send you guys that? It's called the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. And I believe that it was brought up to Congress back in February, but they still have yet to pass it. So
no, the House has passed it. The Senate has to pass it.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So it still has to get through. It's another start. There's a lot to do, y'all. And I don't want to like keep harboring on that, but for white people who are listening, it is not Black America's responsibility to do the work. So yeah, Katasha, please let me know if I'm overstepping ever, but I just needed to say that. And how do you, and if you'd like to share your feelings on any of this, please feel free to do so.
No, I agree with you, especially like it's almost like, I guess it's a trauma response, waiting for the shoe to drop. You know what I'm saying? Because even when we were getting those text messages, like, okay, guilty on what? Which count? There wasn't an expectation that he was guilty on all 3, even though we know and we expect that. But just to hear all 3, that he's guilty on all 3. So now it's kind of like, And is there going to be an appeal? And there's just, is there going to be something that makes him get out of jail earlier? Not certain. There's just so many things that it's kind of like, is justice really going to be served, or is this just a day that we enjoy?
Right. And we can only enjoy it like this much, right? Because on our minds are everybody else who's yet to see justice too. So yeah, a lot. So just, thank you, white people who are listening to this. And we know that y'all are practicing your allyship, but it is not over. But yes, George Floyd's family, I'm just like sending the biggest virtual healing hugs to them today. And his daughter, as someone who lost my dad when I was a baby in an accident, I can tell you it's hard to heal from losing your dad. And in the way that she lost her father, like, we just have to always be sending out healing and positive vibes and prayers to her, that she will grow into this woman who knows that we are behind her forever, So what is Matt saying?
Oh, sorry. He was waiting it for the verdict, and he hopes it has ripple effects in our system.
Yes.
I did want to include something. So besides, because that act that's been pushed, it was approved last year, but at that time we had a Republican Senate. They pushed it back. So we're at it again. We're trying to get it through. What you need to do, call your senator. You need to call your senator. You need to call your Republican senator and get them on board with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's going to take both sides to get this through. Right. And so we need, and anybody who wants to say that, I'll bring this up, that if you don't like this policing act, then you need to get behind gun control, because they run hand in hand. Okay. So you can't be for one and not the other, so that's just something because everybody's talking about, if we, have a policing act and defund the police, then criminals are going to get, away with more. And I'm like, well, then get the guns out of their hands. You know what I mean? So, and Dellany does know I come from a police family, so I see both sides. And I was like super excited about what happened today. I was actually surprised. I really thought that they were not going to charge him with the biggest charge. I thought they were going to do the 2, just because that's what we're used to. You know what I mean? So when they actually did all 3, to me, I felt that's a huge step forward, because and we do this I don't care segment. In the end, I don't care about anything else except that one man put his knee on another man's throat, and for 9.5 minutes. And that's, in the end, that's what the jury saw too. So I'm excited that happened, that they took into that account with their own eyes. They didn't listen to people, because we know what if you ever watch court TV, they're very good at manipulating juries. They used their own 2 eyes and made decisions. And so that's what I'm proud of today.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was really good, KT. Thank you for sharing that. And Miss Katasha, the audience knows that KT and I don't actually see eye to eye on everything. We do respect each other's opinions, and we hear each other out. I'm actually the extreme of, I want to abolish the police personally. We've been politely saying defund, but I'm ready to abolish. But we talk it out and we listen to each other. Did you want to share your opinion on that as well, or?
I'm not against abolishing or defunding the police. The issue there is having a game plan. Because if you abolish something and you build something back up on the same foundation, then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? And there are very few leaders that people are going to get behind. We do not live in the civil rights times anymore. And I don't think there's going to be any more Martin Luther Kings and Rosa Parks and
Malcolm X.
I think that the United States has become very good at infiltrating anybody that represents the majority of a population. So how can we be so divided and come up with a solution? My answer to that is get involved in local politics at the grassroots level. Vote in every single election. If you want the police to change, then you have to be informed of where you are right outside your door. Who are your people that are running for who are your local politicians?
Right.
And that's what Stacey Abrams did. That's how she started. That is what flipped Georgia.
Yep.
And that is it's proven to work. So we need to do it again and again and again and again and again.
And again.
Yep.
Emphasis on grassroots.
Yep.
And community.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so true. Because we get so I'll say our society gets caught up in that bigger picture, and the bigger politicians kind of like cover everybody else, but it really is about the grassroots of absolutely. I keep missing the comments, KT. You're fast tonight.
But there is one thing I wanted to say that I actually was surprised that the Fraternal Order of Police came out with a statement that basically was very positive about the trial, and that we played it out in a court of law and justice was served, is basically what they said. And I was very surprised that they came out like that. I was like, wow, but this was very televised. I think this was more watched than anything that's been out in the last 20 years, like live from the court, because Minnesota has never allowed live court proceedings before.
Yeah.
The first time they've ever done it. So I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on that, but I mean, that's a big union that, came out.
I come from a very military family. What I said in the beginning. And when I grew up overseas, I was growing up on bases. And I'm not surprised that the union came out as a whole and stated that, because you are trained to, honor the system. It is the people that are doing underground, that are almost doing the opposite of grassroots, doing grassroots evil within these organizations that have these that support the Derricks and that demonize the George Floyds. So I hope that overall that they are committed to changing the culture so that those people don't feel comfortable in those pockets. And that's the only way that true change is going to happen. I don't know that I'm convinced that they're committed to that, but what I will say is that them coming out with that statement is better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Sure. I do want to add something. I think if you don't understand what's going on and you need a better explanation, I watched Law and Order SVU this week, and they actually did a really good job with. I think they're on a trial where the Olivia Benson character is being upheld because she was the captain at the time, and excessive force was used on a guy, and he's suing the city. And the talk people should watch this, because the talk that she had when the lawyers went in there with the defendant about what he should ask for, because she was trying to make people under the police department understand it's not about money, it's about changing what's going on inside. And 1PP, which is theirs, not letting that happen because they don't want to degrade the system. And she basically told the guy, this is what you need to ask for in order for you to, feel like justice has been served. So it was really interesting how they played that, because you guys know that's like the #1 police procedural on TV. And to kind of explain that, I think that was good for anybody in the mainstream audience who kind of doesn't understand what the issue is inside police. It's not as you say, the whole, it's the bad within. And then it's the people above who don't really want to let it out that there's bad, so they keep trying to hide it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I thought it was really good how they explained that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack. We could talk about this all night.
No, absolutely. It's so much to unpack, and that's the thing. But we have to keep on talking about it. Not necessarily on this show right now, but
Yeah.
but in general, we have to keep caring, because the thing about it is that at the simplest level, there was a disregard for human life when another person could do that. And even if he didn't think that George Floyd was going to die, he knew that he was hurting him and didn't care. He didn't care enough to stop. So that's a total disregard for human life. And that's, at its simplest form, a problem. And if we just have people that disregard human life, then we're not going to get anywhere.
Well, they shouldn't be on a police force. If you disregard human life, you should not be on a police force.
That's a whole other story.
And I am for that. Like, I am like, you know, sociopaths, because in the end, it was his ego that outweighed his judgment. It was his ego of, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And that outweighed his judgment, which is a sociopath thinking. Those people need to get off of the police force, period.
Well, to me, that's abolishing the police force. That's abolishing the police.
Yeah. Agreed. To me as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a lot we have learned from this. And when I say we, I mean America with KKK in it, you know, like where I think people have been turning a blind eye, but we will not ignore this ever again. And where, and when you know better, you do better. And like Katasha said, it has to be talked about. Like, it's got to be brought up at those uncomfortable Thanksgiving dinners. It's got to be brought up all the time. I was in a very uncomfortable Clubhouse this morning where it was being encouraged for people, if they're going to call people out, to do it privately. And I, of course, was like, no. We got to call it out. And we have to be okay with being called out publicly in order to learn, you know? Because I think when you make things private, you're basically saying, I care about your feelings. So I'll just, as a white person, I care about your feelings. So I don't want to humiliate you. But Black America is never given that grace. And Black America doesn't get to get anything private you know what I mean? So it's just so much.
So it was a room that they were saying, call people out privately. Don't come on Clubhouse and do it.
I was called into a Clubhouse this morning, and in a nutshell, someone in there said she didn't see color, and somebody called her out, and then she showed white fragility and white women tears, and she got a lot of, it was mainly men taking up for her, and they tone policed a Black woman on the stage. And I was also accused of attacking her, you know, and it was you know, I don't know another way to say it, but it was just a big shit show.
I've been there, done that, seen it.
Yeah. So I checked in on the woman who was being tone policed. She is on the JTC list. She's a wonderful woman. I'm actually meeting with the woman who said she doesn't see color. I'm going to give her some education pieces and meet with her and see where she's at, where she can start practicing her allyship in a real way, because she does a Clubhouse that's on there every day, and she thinks she is being inclusive. That's how insidious this is that when white people are being told that something was problematic and something was racist, unless you've done the education pieces, white people are hearing, oh no, that I'm being looked at as if I have the KKK cap on my head and I'm burning crosses and I'm a good person. Like, they start really getting offended, but it's literal microaggressions. Like, I don't see color. It's little thing. It's so insidious, right? You know, and it does. Everyone's a good person. Let's just put that out there. But we still have work to do.
I applaud the Black woman that said something, because that couldn't have been me. There used to be a Facebook group that you could tag and say, white people get your people, and you tell them the story, and then they go educate them, and that's what I do.
Amazing. Yeah, like I will have to say she was speaking passionately. And we know what looks like when a Black woman speaks passionately, right? And a man said to her, "You need to calm down. You need to watch watch how you're speaking right now." And I, of course, turned my microphone off and I was like, "I know you didn't. Don't believe the Black woman." I just, and then he had to get right. And he, of course, was like, I respect women. And he started getting on that. It was a mess. You didn't miss anything. It was very triggering for many people. So, yeah.
Were you in our Clubhouse, Katasha, when we were talking about that book, and we actually had a woman call us out, but we were very understanding. You know what I mean? I felt that was a good Clubhouse that we had. Remember when
did I come in late?
I think you might have popped in.
Very first Clubhouse, something happened. A man came on stage and he said something, and then
I remember that one. Yeah,
I wasn't there. I came in at the end of it.
Oh, yeah, because we did too, KT, where that man came in, who she's talking about, where he's just a lot of problems because he's a personal trainer. Do you remember that, Katasha? Were you in the one where he said, "Don't read my bio"? Don't, Dellany read my bio. He also said my name wrong. Do you guys remember that?
I do. No, I do. Oh, I think Katasha froze up on us. No.
Katasha, come back to us. Come back.
Come back.
Yeah, so basically we are talking about a Clubhouse room while she's coming back. Long story short,
I'm here. Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Yay.
It was a book. The book that KT is referring to is that we were Fearing the Black Body. Excellent book. Everybody should get that book. Sabrina Strings, Dr. Sabrina Strings. And we because it is understandable to not trust white people ever. It was not a good look that it was KT, me, and Kathy, three white women who were wanting to talk about it. But
we did have two moderators of color. They were just running behind.
I remember the aftermath. I was there for the aftermath.
Yeah, but we were trying to link the fat phobia with slavery and racism, and they were just, some people were there for it and some people didn't like it, and we agreed with, the feedback, and I think they expected us to fight back. We were like, yeah, you're right, right. And I guess for me, Katasha, how do you see Clubhouse? Because that was another thing. Some people were saying in their opinion, and it was constructive feedback, we took it, that we shouldn't be speaking from a place of authority. But I thought Clubhouse was coming from a place of community. Like, I'm not trying to be like centering myself or saying that I'm an authority on anything. Like, I'm confused. How do you look at Clubhouse?
First of all, because I came into half of the conversation and I heard what was being said and I heard your reaction, I have to say I can only respond to that incident. And the thing about it is that when the lady said how they felt, and you said, we agree, let's continue this conversation in a way where we are not speaking from a place of authority, where the conversation is inclusive. That is what needs to happen. Now, I cannot speak to what happened before. I do not know how it was orchestrated was a mistake or not, especially if two people of color were supposed to be there and they were running a little bit behind. But the thing about it is that, in my opinion, if you are involved in something and call yourself an ally and you make a mistake and you do not make yourself a victim and you do not demonize the person who is telling you that about the mistake, all's well. You keep it moving. I think you focus on what the issue is. I think a lot of times we fail as humans to keep the main thing the main thing. Mm-hmm. We get so wrapped up and our feelings getting hurt. I'm not saying that in that situation, but we can get wrapped up in being offended. We can get wrapped up in the offense, so that we stop focusing on what the root of the problem is, and then we can't fix anything. So, in my humble opinion, I think that the conversation continues and the wrong was righted. And the fact that I believe that going forward, as a conversation moves, that you will handle that situation in the manner that it's supposed to be handled based on the feedback you received. And that is what's supposed to happen.
And also, I want to add something about Clubhouse itself. I think Clubhouse did start as what Dellany says, where it feels more of a community, but now it's like the marketers, the black hat marketers is what I call them. The ones who are out just to like be the entrepreneur marketing and all this kind of stuff are using Clubhouse now as a tool. And they've basically broken down the sections of Clubhouse of like, if you're a moderator, you're authority. If you're in the front room, you know, all of this, when I think it was first meant to have a discussion as a community, and now it's kind of evolved into something that's a little bit more authoritative. So I think that's what the issue is.
Yeah, and I think that on Clubhouse is symbolic of a voice. All you just hear voices, and for underrepresented communities that are historically underrepresented to have their voice heard, and you don't know what color, what socioeconomic background they're from. You know they have an iPhone, but there's so much you don't know because you're just listening to a voice. And right. To finally people don't like it.
KT, are you hearing?
I think we lost her again. It's the New York heat. It's taking her. She's hot.
The New York heat.
She's too hot for fat TV.
Am I back? I'm going to switch. I'm gonna switch.
Listen, when I freeze, at least you have good looks when you're freezing. When I freeze, it's awkward. It is awkward.
I'm gonna let her switch internet, and then when I see her moving on the thing, I'll bring her back.
Oh.
I'm really loving this conversation. So I thought she had come in the middle of our conversation, so I did want to get her opinion about that when that happened to us on Clubhouse.
Yes, so even though it is definitely not her job to tell us about, like, but I do. I was just bringing it up because I was reminded. Oh yeah, she was there. That might have been one of the first ones. What was I going to say? What I like about Clubhouse, though, didn't they recently say that you can add your Venmo or something? Not your Venmo, but maybe like you can
now have a button that you can push, which I think they're going through like Stripe or something like that. I remember seeing that, and actually, I think it's only like you have to be verified or something.
No, are you serious?
I know someone like that. There she is. We got her back.
You have to be verified to get paid.
It's like you have to be like someone who's contributing, like who's running a couple of things or something like that. I remember seeing it.
Okay. Sorry, Katasha. Are you back? Is she back? I think she's back. She's back?
I think she's back. Robina said yes, Stripe to get paid. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Hey girl. Hey, are you here?
I'm here. I'm listening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
We were just talking about that Clubhouse is now going to allow Clubhouse contributors to get paid. But then she was saying that you have to be verified.
It's not that it's verified. It's something like you have to like be like a moderator or like be on a lot for them to let you give you that Stripe button. I think, I don't know, that could have been last week and they've changed it again.
Yeah.
And I can look at that, you know what I mean?
Goodness. Oh my God. And Clubhouse is so addictive. If I am getting paid on Clubhouse, I'll be there all day.
So who's paying them? Who's paying?
I thought from how I was learning about it, it's that if you're in the room and you're speaking, everyone in that room who's listening to you speak on what you are an expert on or what you're sharing of value, they have an option to pay you now.
There you go. That's what I thought. They are rolling it out, but everyone will get it, but rolling it out slowly. They always do that. They roll it out to the people who use it the most and who have higher followers.
I see the send money thing. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Oh, wait, you got that? Do you have it?
Who, me? I haven't even checked.
Oh. I don't have it.
I've seen it on people. I haven't seen it on everybody.
Yeah, I don't.
Hello?
I don't have, I'm looking at Clubhouse right now.
I don't think I have it.
I don't have the ability to do it. So yes, it's definitely, you have
to. Let's hope that all of us are going to get paid soon. That'd be
well,
nice.
I heard somebody say a couple of times that he spends over 100 hours a week on Clubhouse.
Wow.
Oh,
we keep losing Katasha.
Katasha, come back.
I don't know what's happening.
Girl, we've been there. We just wait.
Everybody's used to it because everybody's internet's all weird now because there's so many people on who are at homes and stuff like that. And I swear the big businesses have messed it up where they want you to pay more.
Yes.
I think going through. Can you see me now? Hear me now? Because if not, I'm gonna switch. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Well, let's move on to another topic, Dellany. What would you like to talk about? Do you want to talk about Demi Lovett and Froyo?
Is that cool with you, Katasha? You want to move on to Froyo?
Yeah.
What's going on? Spill the Froyo. Spill the Froyo.
You're the one that brought it up. You spill it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's been all over the news all week. So, Katasha, have you heard about it? Demi?
I did. I saw her going back and forth with them. And listen, I do think she got triggered, but she made some very valid points and she stood her ground, and I applaud her for that because she didn't have to say anything. She could have been in there. She could have got triggered. And if she got triggered, then a whole bunch of other people got triggered. Right. And I pass no judgment. I keep seeing this little white circle, so I know I can't be heard.
Anyway, okay, I'm gonna tell you. You said I'm gonna pass no judgment, and then we lost you. So keep going right there.
I applaud her. I don't pass any judgment because we deal with diet culture every day, and when you are fat, there are just some things that other people that are not fat don't see, don't feel, don't relate to. So I applaud her for speaking up and saying something. And I say, take up space, be a giant. Yes. I support her. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Like, and I also feel that if it really truly is to say these are options for people with diabetes or celiac disease or veganism, then the advertising has got to change, because I think that was her point. That the advertising was more fat phobic and more diet culture wording, like guilt free. You know what I mean? And like, so what does guilt free have to do with diabetes?
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So to me, it's the advertising problem. Like, who's writing the script in there?
And they wouldn't have got mad if they weren't wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So KT, what were you thinking? Were you thinking it was silly? Did you think that she came from the good place, or?
Well, I mean, what she said is a marketing tactic. I mean, they placed these. Let's just talk about emotional eating, okay? I'm going to say this was a marketing tactic because she said she walked through a lot of diet foods, sugar-free, all of this to get to where she was going. So therefore, they started the manipulation in her brain right then, which might have made her order more than what she probably was going to order because it triggered her. You know?
I don't think she ended up ordering.
It is a marketing ploy. You know what I mean? It is the way that was presented. It's the same way we present things in a store. And that's, we know, marketing. And I did a lot of retail marketing, everything is placed, especially when you're first walking into a store, for an emotional reaction, be it bad or good. So that's all I'm having to say is, like, I really think that if they placed a lot of diet, sugar-free foods right at the beginning, it was to elicit a negative emotional reaction to somebody coming in. That's just my thought.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think her point about in this bubble of LA is possibly also valid. I will have to say, when I'm in the good old Southeast, we don't feel guilty about everything being based in fried foods. Like we're
Nope.
like we're a little more relaxed about things, right? So
Yeah.
I will call out my dad, because I'm just going to tell you what happened yesterday. My dad's in a nursing home. He is diabetic. He is not supposed to eat certain things, and has been secretly calling everybody to DoorDash him things to the. So at 11
I like
o'clock,
your dad.
this nurse called my sister, basically saying his blood sugar was through the roof, and who's been feeding him things. So
that is funny. Well, I mean, I can honestly say, like, here, I can pinpoint 10 frozen yogurt places in a 5-mile vicinity. In North Carolina, I can't think of one. Like, I just can't.
I go home and they were like, what is Froyo? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. It's like the annual fair every day in the South.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So wait, don't you two have a Florida connection? Florida?
I'm Florida. Where are you from?
She's like, I'm not talking.
She's got a Florida connection.
Gainesville and Miami. When I go to Black Screen, I still hear you guys talking, hear and see you.
Oh, okay. We better watch what we say. I'm kidding.
So, are you a University of Florida? Are you a Gator fan?
I went to University of Florida. My father retired from the military when I was a junior in high school, sophomore in high school, and I never grew up in my parents' hometown. It was what they consider their hometown. So the University of Florida is like the University of Gainesville High School to me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Look at that. Matt's put the Gator up. Because
the Gator. The Gainesville Gator. We, this is y'all Florida people now.
I go to Atlantic University, so I'm an owl.
Oh,
okay. All my sisters went to University of Florida, and most of my family.
Okay.
I am a Gator by blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
by blood.
Me too. Yep. Yeah. You know, I wanted to say something about Froyo too. The Froyo is supposed to be low calorie, you know how everybody goes, it's a low calorie Froyo, but why do they have all those tasty toppings? It's not
right.
I'm like, I don't know about the toppings.
Yeah.
But first of all, it's dessert.
Yes.
It is.
It's dessert.
Like who goes into the frozen yogurt place and they don't do the toppings? It's not a thing.
No.
Yeah. So yeah,
quit calling it low calorie. I don't want to hear that anymore.
Danielle Marie, she said, after all this food talk, I'm hungry. Girl, I wanted to let you know you will be getting a delivery from Fat TV. So start checking your mailbox.
Yes, and there's a special secret surprise from Dellany herself.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Danielle was one of our giveaway winners, and I slept on going to the post office because Elphaba got a surgery and all this stuff was going on.
And she didn't call KT. I would have gone.
Well, congrats,
don't
Danielle.
So well, I think we all are in agreement about this, about Demi and the Froyo. So moving on. Demi. I had Ben and Jerry's vegan ice cream last night. It was really good. It was surprisingly good for vegan ice cream.
Okay.
Really? Vegan?
Y'all are like, we'll just take her word for it.
Yeah, that didn't convince me to try vegan ice cream.
Dude, Colin Kaepernick, he has one through Ben and Jerry's.
Vegan ice cream?
Yeah, vegan. It was sold out last night. I went to go get his because proceeds go to a nonprofit through him too as well. And I was like, oh my God. And of course it was sold out. Of course it was. So But anyway, I digress. Ice cream is good. Everybody go get your ice cream on.
I tried to get Dolly Parton's new ice cream because there's a like a little mom and pop store basically, because it's not super huge like Ben and Jerry's, that was doing it was like strawberry pretzel pie
preserves something.
It looked so good. I even woke up to get it at 9 o'clock and I didn't get it. I didn't want to do the pre-sale, but all the proceeds went to her literacy program. That's what it's for her imagination reading, which I don't know if anybody.
She can do no wrong.
Exactly.
I was just about to say that. I was like, she just is never gonna do anything wrong, and that is proof that she's an angel on earth, an actual angel. Like, we stand Dolly. We all stand Dolly. I love her. Okay, so what's our next topic?
So let's see. Do we want to do, what are we watching? Let's talk about what we're watching right now.
What you watching? Okay, what are you guys watching? What you watching?
I'm rewatching Ozark. I did watch the entire first season of Ginny and Georgia.
How was that?
That's good.
And I just finished The Baker and the Beauty.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the first season.
Okay. Do you recommend these? How did you like them? Did you enjoy them?
You know, towards the end of Ginny and Georgia, without giving away too much, it switched. It turned.
I heard that too. I heard that to do Ginny and George.
Ginny and Georgia?
It feels like it's turning. Oh, I love Sex Education. Paul.
I'm looking for some sex education on Netflix.
Yes, I love Sex Education. Ginny and Georgia is feeling like its second season is going to be a female you. Yeah, it just went somewhere. But
nice.
Have you seen Ginny and George yet?
No, but when she said that it's a woman view, I'm down. Like, because I want there to be a woman view.
It doesn't start out like that. It doesn't start out like that. Yeah, at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
But hang in there.
I will. I will. Well, so what did you miss? Okay, that sounds good. So we got Ginny and Georgia. So Miss KT, what you watching?
Well, I'll do a fun one, and I'll do one in the middle, and then I'll do one that's like controversial right now. So I did watch the beginning of the ACM Awards, and the only reason why is because I'm not a Miranda Lambert fan, just so you know. I'm an Ella King fan. I absolutely love their song Drunk. It's just funny and fun and something that everybody needs right now. And to see both of them up there performing it was hilarious because I mean, it was just like, it's one of those songs. If you've not seen the music video, it's hilarious. You know?
Okay.
But it's one of those songs that just like, it's not meant to be deep or anything like that, you know? But also, AKA, I want the pink guitar. So if you watch it, it's on both of their Facebooks, the performance, the opening shot, there's a pink guitar. I want it. Okay. So my mid one is I watched Marie of Eastman. I think that's it's the new Kate Winslet thing that everybody's talking about. It's kind of like, what was that thing? The Finding or something like that. It basically, she's a detective in Pennsylvania. There's a missing person. So it's all like that. But I love Kate Winslet, so I liked it. There's only been one episode, and it captivated me that I'm going to keep watching it. Okay. And then I watched the controversial Them. And all I have to say is, that's a lot. Anybody who hasn't watched that, it is a trigger warning. And there's people against it, there's people for it. So wherever you lie, you can read up on it if you want to, but it is right now the #1 series on Amazon.
I'm gonna pass.
I know. You told me you were.
Yeah. I think that's a good topic maybe for next week. So I'm watching a couple. I'm basically, what did I just watch? I watched The United States versus Billie Holiday. And if everyone could just give all the awards to the lead actress right now.
Audrey Day.
Andra Day, there's no question that she needs all the awards in the world. She was incredible. I don't know if y'all have seen it. I don't know if I loved like everything about the film. Like it was, but she is so incredible. I encourage people to watch and support. Also, Queen Sugar is always one of my favorite shows. I'm finally catching up on the most recent season. Queen Sugar is so good, and it's so Southern. I love it so much. And what else? Oh, and I'm rewatching Lost. If anybody, do you remember Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about
is that why Matt said he's rewatching Lost? Because
because Matt and I watch all this stuff together.
And speaking of what you're watching, did you watch Zoe's playlist this weekend?
Ooh. No, because I got to catch up on the last 2 episodes. I didn't want to skip. I don't want to skip.
Okay, I will say the first club scene is the song. So I don't know if you guys have seen my posting, but my best friend Jess and I have a record company together. One of her songs got placed in Zoe's. She's been placed in other things before, but it's been a while. And actually, in the music industry, we've just gotten the catalog back, so we have a lot more control, which is so great. So this was like our first big placement that the team went after. And you hear her sing for a minute, and then it's club music because, you know, she is a dance artist, but it made me happy, especially for being in a top thing. Though I will say it's a little hard for me to watch that show. I just don't get it.
Oh, really? I get it. Do you get it, Katasha? I totally get it.
I've never seen it.
I mean, basically, this woman discovers, and I don't know how she gets it, but she suddenly starts to hear people's thoughts through song and dance. Like, so she can hear what everybody's thinking, but they're singing it and they're emoting it through singing and dancing. And I am sitting here like, that's real. That should be how we do. Let's just break out in song and dance.
That's how it goes in your mind, in your head.
Yeah.
Dellany, the one thing is that the guy who is the Asian girl lead and the guy who's married to her. So do you know who I'm talking about? The best friend? Yes. Okay, so the guy who's married to her best friend, that he is a villain in Bones, and now I cannot look at him the same.
Oh, yeah, that's hard.
You have to watch a few episodes with him, and then it'll start to shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always, if you ever seen Bones, he plays a vicious villain in Bones, and then he busts out in the song, and I laughed. I was like, you can't laugh. Do that.
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch Queen's Gambit?
Yes. Yes. How did you like? Did y'all like it?
I loved it.
I did too. Do you play chess? I think she was gonna say she used to.
I know. I'm so sad.
She's coming back.
I have no clue, and you guys are just here, sitting here, and I see you and hear you.
Mine doesn't sometimes, just so you know. It's New York. Are you in New York?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe yes. I think they're all, everybody's on at the same time because they know you wanted to be on.
I think it's time.
She said, I think if her, she's coming back. I can feel it. I can feel it. Yes, I see that other people have loved Queen's Gambit. Here she comes. I see a tweak, a twerk, a tweak, a tweak.
We love you, though. We do love you.
Wait,
I'm so mad.
Wait, pause on Queen's Gambit because I accidentally, maybe intentionally said twerk. Lizzo and Chris Evans, T. Are y'all keeping up with that?
Yes.
No,
I think it's terrible.
Lizzo drunk DM'd Chris Evans.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
And she like shared it all over social media that she did that. And then he finally responded. And he was like, no big deal. I get it. Like, not like I haven't done it before, as a reference to when he, remember when he shared something very, do you guys remember?
Yes, yeah. He accidentally shared a picture that wasn't meant for the public.
You know, he said accidentally. Okay.
He just didn't want to be Captain America again.
Yeah.
I'm just done with that.
I think that picture makes him Captain Universe.
I have no comment. No. Just gonna stay. When my internet go out, just go out again. Just for a second.
Listen, I think they need to both shoot their shots with each other. I think that'd be a great couple. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
There's Lizzo. There's some more stuff. She only shared a little bit.
Ooh.
Wait, there's more? There's more?
I'm just saying there might be.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I like
everybody,
when she wants some, she goes after it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, is that why she's feeling herself and doing those nice twerking videos where she's just
right?
Well, did you see the picture she posted today? She posted a unfiltered selfie, basically naked.
Beautiful.
Basically, no, she was naked.
Well, she covered herself up, so I said basically.
She did have a coffee cup. She was wearing a coffee cup.
That is like that was like Kardashian. What? I mean, I was like, oh yes, queen, bow down.
Yeah, where are we at with our bodies, ladies? Would y'all do a picture like Lizzo did today?
Well, I'm Taurus, so I would never do it. No, nobody's gonna see this greatness except for me and the dog.
I would take the picture, and I wouldn't post it.
I think at this point, I'm ready to sell my shit. So I would take it for a price and share it for a price.
Are you starting the Dellany OnlyFans? Are you going to start?
I'm ready for OnlyFans. OnlyFans fame. Here we go.
I'm gonna. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. No. Listen, from Katasha, this took a lot of work to get here. I had to go into like body neutrality, like mode to get here, where it's like we're all just bodies, no big deal, whatever. So
I feel you.
We know you would post it. We definitely know Danielle would post it.
Oh, Danielle would post, repost, retweet, reshare.
Go Danielle.
Put it on a Christmas card.
That is funny.
Yes.
I cash app you for your work.
Yeah.
You get those angles exactly right. You deserve to get paid.
Period. I love that.
I'm just too prude. I'm way too prude. I don't know why. Look at me. I'm even covered up more than both of y'all.
I know. I'm trying to lean down so I don't offend KT's mama.
Yeah, my mom. Poor mama.
KT's mama she was watching me, like this was like over a year and a half ago, and she was like, I'm sending Dellany's clothes so she can cover up her tatas. So
listen, the tatas.
So I'm like hunched over doing the show. I'm like, okay. What, Katasha?
Well, I was just gonna say, and I offend your mom by cussing on the show.
Yeah, you cursed in front of my mama, and she was like, "No, it's not. I'm not coming back to the show because KT said the F word."
I didn't mean to.
Yeah. I want to know: is Katasha's family watching? Are they okay with cursing? Are they okay with cleavage? Are they?
It depends on who. Like which person in my family. My mom, no. My dad probably could care less. My sisters, depending on which one you're talking about. My brother doesn't give a damn. Cousins don't care. Yeah. Just
I love it. So it just depends. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, y'all, I can't believe, I'm sure we have more topics, but I also think we're at the end.
Yeah. So really quick, Katasha, please let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me. All of my social media handles are Katasha either .Acosta or Katasha _Acosta. I'm not sure which, but it's one or the other on Instagram and Facebook, and Twitter just.
Twitter.
I think we're all freezing up right now.
I know.
I think now LA, I think what happened is it's gone from New York all the way to LA.
No, I know. I was going to look at, I think her Twitter is a different handle.
Am I gone? Am I
there
gone?
she is.
There she is.
Okay, Aka Girl 3. Aka Girl _3. Something like that. I mean, AKA. Ha ha ha.
AKA _3. Girl 3. Yeah. So
and everybody remember, you can get us at Fat TV World on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're on Twitch, but we're not serving Twitch right now. What's Facebook? Well, you're here on Facebook and YouTube. Did I say YouTube? Okay. Well, we don't have time to work it.
Well, I'm also getting like private text messages from people watching the show. Katasha, they're loving you. I don't know if you know this, but they are loving you. How can, in addition to, following all your social media, is there any way right now that everybody can support you? Is there anything they can watch or anything they can do? What would you like?
Coming very, very, very soon is my...
Oh, the anticipation. The anticipation. Coming soon.
Can I choke the neck of the internet?
Yes.
Besides the series is coming very soon. I don't have an exact date yet, but I will keep it updated on my social media handles.
Amazing. Yeah. And Katasha is one to look out for. She is creator, writer, actress, filmmaker, like mover of mountains. And she's also a proud member of the JTC list.
What?
Which we are. So, Katie, hire
we will see you next week.
Yes.
Everybody say bye. We all have crappy internet because
big waving. You guys just can't see it.
We love you guys.
We love you.